started realizing that success comes in small bits and started getting those milestones. I started achieving those milestones easier and started feeling the happiness inside me. And it begets one begets the other, right? You are happy, you feel successful, and success keeps coming to you.
Right.
Law of attraction, we've all heard about it and about the secret. That has some part to play in it, and there's science behind it.
Right.
It's not magical.
It's not mumbo jumbo.
It's not mumbo jumbo. It's not magical, something that happens that you just sit down and wish, I want money come. That it doesn't come that way. There is clear science, and then you attract certain things, and it's your state of mind and how your mind helps you achieve success. You cannot chase material things. They run away from you. You believe in a cause. You do something that you believe in. Yeah, and you do the thing that you like and that you enjoy. You will see that success comes to you. Material things like money and the cars, these are the things that come along without you asking for it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a byproduct.
These are byproducts. Right. I started looking at what makes me happy.
Right.
And started having more realistic milestones. Rather than have a milestone that I'm going to make 1 million ringgit this year. It doesn't happen that way. Yeah. You do things that make you happy, that are practically achievable.
Right.
Have smaller milestones, take smaller bites, achieve them, and eventually it'll get you there.
Right. That's fantastic. So now we're actually talking about the mind and the brain. Now a lot of people are very confused between the mind and the brain because they think it's the same thing. Could you please explain the difference?
Yeah, I think there are three different elements, mind, brain, and the soul. Let me give you an analogy. The mind and the brain, if you look at a computer, CPU, for example, right? Your brain is the hardware, right? Is actually the microchip or the PCB, the printed circuit board, where all the circuits are. Yeah? And your mind is the operating system, your soul is the operating system. Your mind is the program that sits on it and that actually tells you what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. And your body being the actual monitor and the other results that you get out of it, the printer.
Right.
So your mind tells your brain what to do. The brain processes the instructions, passes it on to your body, and your body does that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So that's how the mind, body, and the soul works.
Right.
Your brain, your mind has two different parts. Yeah. There was Dr. Thurman Fleet who had this stickman diagram in which he shows how your mind is a big thing, a big circle, and your body is a smaller circle attached because your mind controls your smaller body. Yes. So I think the mind has got two sections. One is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the mind that is the thinking mind, that is the aware mind, that is having a free will.
All right. The thing that you know what you're doing, that's the conscious mind, right?
Yes. The conscious mind has the ability to accept or reject ideas. Ideas are opinions, something that you see and that you form an image. Yeah. So your conscious mind accepts or rejects these images, these ideas, and these ideas get into your, over a period of time, get into your subconscious mind. Yeah.
Right.
And when these ideas get into your subconscious mind, they become beliefs. You started believing in them, and these beliefs become your habits.
Right.
Yeah. For example, if somebody tells you, your friend, that people from, say, Kuala Lumpur are very friendly, yeah, and you believe in it, you accept that idea.
Right.
So your conscious mind accepts it.
Right.
Then it goes into your subconscious.
Right.
And you start believing in it.
Right.
And then next time you meet people from Kuala Lumpur, suppose you're somewhere else, and then you say, you are nicer to them. You feel happier and comfortable
because you believe that they're really friendly.
Yes. Essentially, if you would like to be an entrepreneur, there are some elements that you need to be aware of. The starting point is, do you really have it in you? Are you an entrepreneur material? And if you really want to be an entrepreneur, you have to know if you are an entrepreneur, if it drives you, if you are ready to face the challenges. If you want to work 9 to 5, or you want to
have fixed pay.
Yeah, if you want to be secure in life at all times, you don't be an entrepreneur. That's not for you.
So if you want security in life, do not become an entrepreneur. That is advice number 1. I like that. That.
If you are not prepared to take ownership for other people's activities, then don't be an entrepreneur. Because as an entrepreneur, you will always be dependent on other people more than yourself. You might work hard, you might do whatever it takes, but results mostly depend on how other people react and how you manage other people.
So the first one is, if you're into safety, you cannot be an entrepreneur. If you are independent, you cannot become an entrepreneur, because an entrepreneur depends on everyone else to be an entrepreneur, right?
Right. You have the market that influences your business, you have the clients that influence your business, you have your employees that influence your business, the environment influences your business, the government policies influence your business. So there's so many factors that influence businesses. Yeah. If you think you want to do everything independently, then you might as well be an artist. Right, yeah. Find what your talent is and do that.
Like me.
Yes.
Okay.
So key elements. You have to remember that you should be prepared to face it. You should be ready to work hard, ready to take responsibility for other people's actions, and go that extra mile and know when to take a break and revive, come back more energetic. Yeah, but never give up. When you I'm jumping from one place to another, one topic to another topic, because too many things going on in mind, and I know we have a time constraint as well.
Right.
But yeah. So of course it needs a lengthy coaching. I can't give everything in a few minutes.
Right. But this is powerful. There are very powerful points that you're giving me, because I always thought an entrepreneur is somebody who's unemotional about money. A person who can just write off, I'm talking about the Vincent Tans out there, the ones who can say, okay, this business not working, we just move on, or this works, or that works, People who are emotional about money, they can't become entrepreneurs, because they go, oh no, I lost my life,
I think you have to be emotional, without being emotional, or you cannot be passionate.
Right.
If you're not passionate, you can't run a business.
Right.
But it depends on what you're emotional about.
Right.
You can be emotional about money, wherein you get hurt when you lose. So but that emotions have to reinforce you rather than bring you down.
Right.
Yeah.
True.
So your emotions should help you come back more fresher and more stronger every time. If your emotions bring you down, then you might need to relook at what you're doing.
Okay. So what other tips can you give us for new wannabe entrepreneurs? How do they use their mind to achieve their entrepreneurship?
I think they have to believe in themselves. They have to learn how to manage their emotions. Yeah, there is a whole big training session of how we can use our mind to manage our emotions, use our mind to reinforce goodness, reinforce positivity. But I think key points here is you have to mentally prepare yourself to do something good and to achieve something in life. If you want to chase money, if you want to just chase material things, there are so many other ways to do it. Yeah, entrepreneurship is a responsibility.
Okay.
Yeah, you are not only responsible for yourself, you are responsible for other people, because you never do business alone.
True.
Yeah, you deliver goods and services to your clients. You employ people. You also impact the society. In direct and indirect way. So entrepreneurship is responsibility. So if you just want to make money and be materialistic, don't be an entrepreneur.
Do not become an entrepreneur if you just want to make money.
Yes.
Wow. If you want to help other people make money, then yes. Is that what you're saying? Very interesting. A session with Sajeet Soudagar, the entrepreneur, who talks about how you become a great entrepreneur by using your mind. And we were talking off air now about what is it that we actually want, because the what is actually puts us in the right direction. Because if you want to go to Ipoh but you're heading down to Johor, then obviously you're going the wrong direction, but you don't even know that because you don't know what you want. So maybe part of the talk could also center on how do we know what we want?
Well, you have to see what makes you happy.
Okay.
Yeah. Try to understand, look into your inner self. It's not always very easy. You need to be aware, you need to be conscious of yourself. Yeah. Understand yourself better. Yeah. There are a lot of people out there and I think Kuala Lumpur is very fortunate. There's plenty of coaches out there who can teach you how to do that.
Excellent. So back to what we want. You were saying that we have to know, the only way we can know what we want is when we look at something that makes us happy.
Yeah, understanding yourself. See what makes you happy, see what drives you, who you really are. I think that's what it's all about. Once you understand yourself, you'll know where to go. It's not always easy because the goalpost keeps changing. Yeah, you keep changing with time because there are so many factors that influence you. That's how that's where again the earlier concept I was talking about, the conscious and the subconscious mind, and how you can manage that, how you can actually change or control your own personality. You can using this concept you can decide and actually influence your own self and decide what makes you happy and what kind of a person you want to be. You can change yourself, and you might not be able to change the environment around you, but what it is you can always change how you react to the environment and to the incidents. And the way you react is what influences you as a person. In your life.
Well, see, what you're telling me is that now what we have to look for is a mind programmer, somebody who can help us program our minds, because we can't even do that because we don't even know what the mind is. Everybody thinks the mind is the brain.
Two different things.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Two different elements. The brain is. This is a huge topic. I think it's a huge conversation to discuss the whole.
It is.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you can come back some other time. It'll be nice for us to dwell on that as well.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Fantastic. Now, if there's somebody out there who has a problem, they want to be an entrepreneur, they're not sure whether they can or cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, is there a number? Can they call you for some free consultation? Is that possible?
Yes. KNIGHT, night.my.
Okay, Sajeet at night, KNIGHT.my.
Yeah, Night. It's Night Group of Companies. I'm attached to Night Group of Companies.
Right.
You can also look up for Night Group of Companies on the web. Yeah. So you can find me there. And there is, you can also call me. Ideally, you can text me so I can respond to you or give you a call.
That's very gracious of you. Thank you for opening up yourself in that way, where people can actually, because sometimes we just don't know who to call. Sometimes when we go to the coffee shop, we ask people there for advice. We get the kopi organ advice. And everybody seems to know what the right thing to do is, but nobody has ever experienced what it feels like to lose $1 million or even make $1 million.
Right.
So it's good to go to professionals, I believe. And it's been really, really great having you with us. Thank you for sharing, giving us some insights on entrepreneurship and how we can use the mind to become one. And from the points that I look at is that you gave us some very powerful points. If you're into safety or if you're an independent person, chances are you cannot be an entrepreneur because your personality does not match that. So it's something you have to be prepared to go outside and face